How much of a challenge is that? A welcome challenge is that for somebody like you?
Yeah, I feel like it's a challenge in like a good way. It's like a fun challenge. Being able to play guys that are 7. I've seen a couple 7-footers, but like being able to play footers in the front court is going to be a fun challenge. They're going to have to guard me. I'm going to have to guard them, and like I said, we're going to go out there and compete. So just like I said, just having fun through it all.
Does it feel like this tournament run for you as you becoming who you always thought you were?
Yeah, I feel like I'm becoming who the Lord says I was, man. Just buying into Him, buying into the process. It's just been such a great tournament, and I don't want it to end now. I don't want it to end this weekend.
You were kind of a late scratch, I think, from that Arizona game back in November. I was just curious your thoughts on watching that game and that fact.
You said the Arizona game?
Yeah, you were. I think you didn't play.
Yeah, I didn't play.
And what were your thoughts of watching that game and then the fact that both of you guys are back here in the Final Four?
I mean, yeah, I feel like we were always going to see them again, but like I said, coming out with that game, how much the team fought, I think down me and Braylon, down 2 starters, like we went out there and fought to the end and scratched our way almost to a victory. So I just showed you how resilient this team is, and like I said, Arizona's a whole different team now. We're a whole different team now. So if we see them in the championship, that's cool. But we got to focus on Illinois first.
Tarris, what's the biggest challenge for you to play against Illinois?
I'll say they got the number 1 offensive rating in the country, and they're a really good offensive rebounding team. So being able to control the glass and contain them on defense would be the biggest things.
Tarris, you played against places at Michigan.
So I can't hear.
You played against Illinois in 2 places at Michigan, now at UConn.
Yeah.
What's impressed you most about how Brad has built that program from when you first saw them 4 years ago to now where you are playing again in the Final Four?
I don't remember too much from my freshman year, but I remember my sophomore year they did pretty well. They went to the Elite 8, and then here they're in the Final Four now. So yeah, Coach Underwood done a tremendous job. I mean, he's done a great job with the players, great job with the program. So, like I said, I used to play him twice a year my first 2 years in college. So.
How much do you take away from that November game at MSG? You were on a pitch count. Braylon made his debut, and you were battling injuries too. How much do you take away from that game?
I mean, you could take a good amount, but that's not the end. They're a whole different team. We're a whole different team. I was playing hurt. That was Braylon's first game, so it's a lot of different things, a lot of different variables that affected that game. But like I said, we're just gonna, like I said, we've seen them before. They've seen us before, so we're gonna go out there and fight to the end.
How much lighter is Danny this year than he was a year ago? I mean,
man, oh my gosh!
You came in when he was at his most intense, I think.
Yeah, trying to chase that. Yeah.
Brought the joy back.
He did, and you could feel it. You could feel it radiating throughout the whole locker room. I mean, guys were in practice, smiling, laughing, having fun, joking around, laughing with coach, and still keeping that competitive, passionate edge. So just to see like where we are now, what happened last year, again, bouncing around 32, coming back to the Final Four, 3 and 4 years is just special.
Does it feel like this year instead of trying to be what the previous 2 teams were, this team is just trying to be whatever it is?
Be our own. Yeah, we're trying to be our own. We're trying to be the best version we are, I feel like the hardest thing was last year was we were trying to compare to the 23 team, the 24 team. The 24 team was one of the best teams in the history of college basketball, and the 23 team just shook the world. So I feel like being able to understand, take the bad, what we learned last year was like, okay, we're not the other teams. This year we're trying to really embrace us, We're trying to be the best team we could possibly be. We're not trying to be the 24 team. We're not trying to be the 23. We're trying to be the best us. I feel like being the best us, each one of us plays at our best. And like I said, the sky's the limit for us.
Did that Duke game, that comeback, did that feel like your moment as to, the chapter that was your own story?
Man, that was...
This team wrote its own story?
Yeah, that gave us that good, great confidence boost. And I feel like even more of a boost is we shot 1 for 18 and still won the game. Like, what? It's just crazy. So I feel like we just have more confidence coming into the Final Four. Even though we're the underdogs, I think people are ranking us 4 out of all the other teams. So I feel like I said, once we really just have a good shooting night, good shooting streaks, it's going to be hard for a lot of teams to guard us.
What do you tell your teammates when you're down, not only that game, it's just in general against an opponent?
I mean, losing to St. John's in the Big East Championship was the best thing that could happen for us. I feel like it wasn't that we lost that game, it was the way we lost. We didn't go out with honor. We didn't go out with any fight, any dignity. We just laid down and almost gave up in a way. So that was the biggest thing, talking about after the game, like, hell, we can't have that happen again. So we're down 15 in the Elite 8, versus the number 1 team in the country. We're like, yo, we're going to go out swinging. We're going to go out with honor and dignity. We're going to fight to the end. And with that, you know, we came out victorious on top. So really just promising each other that we're going to give it our all for the next man, for our brother, because that's how much we care for each other. That's how much we're going to sacrifice for one another.
What do you remember about the conversation?